What's going on, people? Welcome to Let's Talk Sports. Looks like today you only have me. Hopefully, my other co host will show up a little later. But in the meantime, we got to keep this ball rolling. So let's. Hello, everybody. It's Wednesday again, so that means it's time for Let's Talk Sports. I am your host, Big Rod. I hope to be joined by my co host, either the Big Cheese, Sean. I know Brian said he won't be able to make it today because he's working late. But anyway, we're going to keep this show on the road. Just give me 1 minute. We're going to try to get us set up on Facebook, and then we'll keep this thing going. But in the meantime, I want to just talk to you guys about what happened in the world of sports this week. We finally got them Hurricanes to kick back in gear and win a game that we didn't think they were going to win against Clemson. And I was glad to hear that uh, because, we had been struggling over the last couple of weeks. Losing, we kind of thought we were going to lose to North Carolina, but losing that game to Georgia Tech still stings. But we managed to pull out a big game against Clemson this week when the Hurricanes were actually the underdog. So hopefully we're back on the winning track. Hopefully we're back on the road to climbing back up in the standings. We'll see what happens next. But in the meantime, my heart still hurts from the Miami Dolphins getting beat by the Philadelphia Eagles. Can somebody explain to me what happened in that game where the Dolphins came out on top? I mean, where they were on top. The Dolphins came out, "Hey, Tracy, how you doing?" "Yeah, I'm alone tonight. I can't take, it is what it is, Tracy. I hope these guys show up, but if they don't show up, like I said, the show got to go on." And anyway, let's back to my Dolphins. We played good the first half. We had a 17-17, and then the second half, it's like we forgot how to play football. So we did. We. I really don't know. I know Waddle was a little injured and a little banged up, but we hope that he was able to play throughout the game. God, I'm stuttering and everything, but he did all right. And now I don't know what his health is for this week against New England, but I'm hearing now that Tyreek Hill might not play this week. He's listed as questionable for Sunday's game, and I know that the Dolphins are really going to need him. I mean, you thinking about we playing against New England, and a couple of weeks ago, I wouldn't have worried about that. But then now New England's on a roll. As we said a couple of weeks ago, that's Bill Belichick, and he's going to always turn his team around. Now New England have turned around and they beat Buffalo last week. So the Dolphins might not be as easy as they thought it was going to be. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. I don't think this show is going to be that long because it's hard to talk when you're talking to yourself or you're talking by yourself. So we're going to see what we can do, though. Excuse me. Anyway, basketball started last night, if I'm not mistaken, and the Miami Heat played tonight, I believe. So I'm gonna get in there to check that out. The Miami Heat played tonight. I think the Lakers played last night, and when I looked over there, I didn't really watch it, but when I looked over there at the Lakers, Lakers were losing bad. I know. Tracy, oh boy. Yeah, Tracy, you're right. You're right. It's an old boy because these guys, they told me they were going to be on the show and then they didn't show up. And that's fine. That's fine, because then I'll just make it a short show. I'll go in the house and watch some TV. Because you know what? I have never been the type of person to depend on somebody else when I plan on doing something. So I'm gonna just do what I do, and I'm gonna make it do what it do, and we're gonna make it last. If it don't last the whole hour, which I doubt if it will, yeah, we know the Suns played last night, Tracy, but the only one I can remember was the Lakers. I know the Lakers played last night. I think they played Denver last night, and they got. When I looked over there at the score, the Lakers were getting blown out by Denver. So that means Denver's going to be tough again this year, and Denver's going to do their thing again this year. So just get ready for it. Whatever Denver's got planned, whatever Denver's going to do, the Heat better get ready for it. Somebody tell me something. What? Who is your favorite team? I know Tracy, you're a Dolphin fan. You root for the Dolphins. You root for the Hurricanes. So you on the same side as I am. So we got to figure out. The Hurricane fans got to figure out of these Hurricanes, the Hurricanes that beat Clemson, or the Hurricanes that lost to Georgia Tech. And then we also need to know who's going to be our quarterback, because Tyler Van Dyke supposedly had an injury. Then they sent the freshman out there, and he did very good. So is the freshman going to start this week, or are they going to bring Tyler Van Dyke back in there to start so he can start looking up at the sky like he's lost his space again? I need to know, because I'm confused. This has been a hectic season for all Hurricane fans. So we got to get together and pull this thing out, figure out what's going on, figure out how we're going to do this, how we're going to get back in this playoff race, how we're going to try to get back in this race to win the ACC, or at least compete in the ACC. Because if all you Hurricane fans are anything like me, you hate to see the Hurricanes lose. You hate to see the Hurricanes. Like, you don't mind a close game, but you hate to see something like what we saw last week. I mean, not last week. What we saw against North Carolina, or what we saw against Georgia Tech. And then again, you also hate to see, as a Dolphin fan, if you're a Hurricane fan, you're most likely a Dolphin fan. That means you hate to see what happened with the Dolphins last week. We get offensive linemen for the Dolphins, and I know I'm jumping all over the place. That's how you have to do when you by yourself. You get offensive linemen going down for the Dolphins every week. So then we get stuck with playing our third string lineman, and Tua has no protection. That's not a good thing. We got to work on getting these guys ready to play, ready to compete. Because right now, even with the loss Sunday night, the Dolphins are still leading the AFC East, thanks to Buffalo losing to New England. But then Buffalo's coming on tomorrow night. I think Buffalo's playing tomorrow night, and we don't know how they're gonna do, what they're gonna do, how they're gonna come back. And we like I just said, we saw the things that New England can do if we're not careful. And we don't want to repeat performance from last week by losing another game. Buffalo's playing the Buccaneers tomorrow night, and the Buffalo is favored by 8.5 points. So the Dolphins are going to have to go out here and do what they can do. They're going to have to go out here and take care of business, because I know that they're favored against New England, but New England is not the same team New England was 2 weeks ago. They're a new team now. Tracy said they always rank it you disrespectfully. But Tracy, I can relate to that. But the thing is, the way we played 2 weeks ago, we should have been ranked disrespectfully, because we played disrespectfully. We played like a bunch of girls against Georgia Tech and North Carolina. Yeah, we bounced back last week against Clemson, and we beat Clemson, but Clemson ain't the same team they used to be when they out there winning national championships. They're they've gone down too. They ain't no, as I guess I could say a quote rebuilding year. So we had to take our wins where we could get them, and we took one last week, and we got, if I'm not mistaken, Virginia this week. Hopefully we can pull that off. The Canes can pull that off and get back, like I said, on their winning ways. But you never know. We hope that the Canes keep winning. We hope the Dolphins get back on their winning road this week uh, against New England, because then we go on a bye, and then after the bye, if I'm not mistaken, we go on a bye after New England, and then after that bye, we end up going to London to play the dreaded team, the Patrick Mahomes Kansas City Chiefs. Now, for those of you who want to watch that game, 8:30 in the morning, that's Sunday morning for that game. Gonna have to get up early in the morning to watch that, but I'll be up ready to watch it, only because I'm a Dolphin fan and I like watching the Dolphins play. I don't care what time I have to get up to watch it or when I have to get up to watch it. I'll be up watching it. Let me see what we got here. We got the Dolphins playing the Patriots on the 29th. No, it don't look like we got a bye week. Look like right after we play the Patriots, we turn around and get on that plane with our passports and head to London to play Kansas City. So we don't even get a break in between. We get a break. The bye week is after we come back from London. After we go to London and play that game, then we come back and get a bye, which is where the NFL does it. When teams travel abroad to play, they usually get a bye week the next week to recuperate from that time travel and distance that they had to travel to go to. So it is what it is. That means we got to play. We definitely not got to beat New England Sunday, because I would hate to get on the plane and fly to London to face the Kansas City Chiefs with two losses, back-to-back losses, and a potential third loss in a row, especially in the position that we're in now, leading the AFC East. So we'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see. I'm almost running out of things to talk about because I don't have no Big Cheese. I don't have no Pat. No, I don't have no Brian. I don't have no Walter. I don't have no Sean. Sean was new, and I sent Sean a text message, and he said he was going to be on tonight. But here it is, 6:18, and he not here yet. So the only person I got is Tracy tuning in, and that's all I need. Tracy, you are the star of the show. I'm glad you tuned in. I'm glad you commenting. I'm glad you helping me to make it through the. I'm gonna try to at least do 15 minutes, which means I got about 2 more minutes to gabble, to run my mouth and just chit chat and say what I gotta say. But I don't think I'm gonna make it. I'm about ready to go. So it's a short show. I'm sorry, it's a short show. Next week I'll try to have. I got a guy that I used to work with that wants to be on the show, but he's a tractor trailer driver, and Tracy, you're gonna put that in the comments. You ain't have to send me no text. Tracy sending me a text. Stop talking about them. Hold on. Stop talking about them and just keep talking about the sport. I Tracy, it's hard. It's really hard, but you know what? I'm gonna do this. You guys out there, I depend on y'all to help me out. Send me some messages on YouTube. Send me some messages on Facebook, and let me know what you want me to talk about. Let me know what you want me to discuss, or what you want us to discuss when I got my whole crew here, and we'll do that. Because this is not a one-man show. I don't like doing all the talking, but because I'm doing it, it is what it is. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get some other guests on, so that this won't happen again. We're gonna root for the Heat tonight. We're gonna see what's going on. I might do a little show tomorrow after the game just to talk about how what you think about the Heat in their first game with all their new players and get ready for Thursday night football. You know what? I don't like Buffalo, but I'm gonna watch tomorrow because I want to see if they lose or if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers without Tom Brady can pull it out. They're playing in Buffalo, so it might be a little hard for Tampa Bay, but please, they can do what they can do. I'm gonna always root for my Dolphins. I'm going to go in here and find out what's going on with Tyreek Hill. Because if y'all remember, Jalen Waddle was a little banged up last week, and he wasn't able to play consistently. So if we got Jalen Waddle hurt and Tyreek Hill hurt, who's going to be the ones to step up? We're going to have Robbie Chosen step up to be a good receiver. We got that new receiver that we just signed. We're going to have him step up to be a good receiver. Tracy, you say how that? You know what? 80, yeah. You know, he's getting a big head. He's starting to, he was, I don't think he played to his potential last night. I think AD, I think if he would have played to his potential last night, that the game wouldn't have been so one-sided, as lopsided as it was, but he didn't. So he still got something proven to me to do. But you know what? We talk about this all the time. These guys get these big contracts, they get all this money, and then they stop playing. I don't know if it's because the money is too heavy in their pockets or if it's because they just feel satisfied because they got their contract and they don't care no more. So it is what it is with AD. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna look I'm gonna look at the Heat tonight because if anybody looked at that Heat roster, there's a lot of people on there that we don't know. Jimmy Butler didn't play the preseason because he had some issues. They say he had to get his hair done. So we'll see tonight if Jimmy Butler plays. Hopefully he'll be back on the court tonight. I read something the other day where Bam Adebayo didn't sign his contract extension, and I don't know why that is. Uh, if anybody can just got any guesses on why they think Bam didn't sign his contract extension, let me know. Because Bam, you got to remember now, the Heat's where you got your star. The Heat is where you played your best ball, your only basketball. So I mean, I don't know what the contract extension was, how much they offered him, but I'm quite sure the Heat didn't try to lowball him. Hey, how you doing? Got somebody coming up, so y'all give me a minute. Let me see what he's talking about. Huh? Okay, what you got, brother?
The innovation, the creation is the now, the professionalization, the resident of the praise.
Okay, let me
This
see
the
what this card is.
this the working on the boss. The after the play working the Juventud
Uh huh.
Leo family the new creation this company.
Okay, I'll get it to my sister and have her to
Right.
call you.
This is the service, the regular service, the front and the back.
Yes,
$50. The treatment, the sprayer, the wheel and line.
$9.
Yeah.
Okay,
$50.
okay. So $50 to trim the bushes
Premium,
and
bushes, the chemical, the sprayer, the clean. Service
okay,
complete.
okay. I'll
Yeah.
let her know.
The quality.
Okay,
No problem. This is a service. The this good. They put the grass. This professionalization. The no problem.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
I'll get it to my sister and
Okay.
let her know.
Okay.
All
All
right,
right.
thank you.
Bye bye, sir.
All right. See, that's the thing. When you're doing something live, you never know what's gonna happen. You never know what to expect. Apparently, this guy just came and he does landscaping. So he dropped off his card because he wants to do our landscaping. And you know what? We got somebody to do our landscaping. So I wasn't gonna be mean to him and just tell him no. I just take his card and take it in the house and put it where all the rest of the business cards are. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and end this. I'm not gonna make you guys suffer any much longer. Tracy, I love you. Thank you for tuning in. All you other guys, thank you for just peeking in. I really appreciate you being here. It's been nice sharing these 20 minutes, which I made it to 20 minutes, and I'm glad I did. But anyway, tune in next week. Hopefully we'll have the whole crew here. And if not, I'll get Tracy on and she'll be one of the celebrity guest hosts for next week. But until then, y'all have a great day. A great